Hello guys, this is What About Nintendo, and today I am here for another Smash Theory video. In this video I am very hyped because I'm going to be talking about my ideas for a Breath of the Wild stage in Super Smash Bros. In fact, I'm going to be talking about two different stage ideas, so make sure you stay to the very end so you can hear both of the ideas. But anyways guys, it's super hyped, so let's get right on into this. So first off, I have the idea of sort of a platform that flies around Hyrule, kind of like the Skyward Sword stage does for, the Skyward Sword overworld. I think this one would be extremely beautiful. Breath of the Wild is just an absolutely drop-dead gorgeous game, and if you don't think so, you can just fight me, brah. Just fight me. No, I'm just kidding. But, I don't think anybody really argues that the game is not absolutely drop-dead gorgeous. So I think you would just fly all around Hyrule and see all kinds of really cool things happening in the background. Maybe you're flying across Hyrule Field and you see people fighting guardians and fighting bokoblins that are riding around on horseback. They're all shooting each other with their bows and they're slamming each other with their swords, and you just see guardian lasers just blasting away in the background. I think that would be really cool. Maybe you go to Rito Village and you just see the Ritos flying around having fun. It could be really cool. Zoras would be swimming around Zora's domain. Maybe you go to the Gerudo Desert and you see some Gerudos riding around on sand seals fighting a Molduga. I think that could be really cool. And just all kinds of really cool things can happen. One of my other ideas was maybe you see the Divine Beast shooting Hyrule Castle with all their lasers, just pointed straight at it, just like you see in the final part of the game. Just shoot straight into Hyrule Castle, and then you just see Ganon coming out in his beast form, just ravaging everything, just wrecking house all over the middle of Hyrule. Because while that second part of the boss fight wasn't particularly fun to play, it looked freaking awesome, and it would look really cool in the background of a Super Smash Bros. Stage. So this does come with some downsides. So obviously the game in Breath of the Wild is very big. There's a very big open world. There would be, if you were to zoom around the stage seamlessly, there would be tons and tons of pop-in constantly. You wouldn't be able to load all the textures and the trees and the background details in very well. That game doesn't even run at a full 1080p 30 FPS, so running the overworld at 1080p 60 would be hard, so I just don't think it's possible with modern hardware. Maybe it is, maybe the Switch isn't Breath of the Wild is not very well optimized for the Switch, but in my mind, I don't think it'd be possible to actually in real time fly around Hyrule fully loaded in and running at 1080p 60 FPS, which I believe the next Smash Bros. Is, while playing, like 8-player Smash or something. Maybe this would be not an 8-player Smash stage, but even 4-player Smash, I think it would be hard for the Switch to run, just seamlessly flying around the world to all these different locations. I just think it's just too much to load in at once. So I think it would have to be kind of more like the Skyward Sword stage, where it kind of like you fly to the other stages, but it's not seamless. You kind of just have this transition into the next part of the world, which I think would still be really cool, but I would really like it if you could seamlessly fly, just zoom around the world on this stage. I think that would be really cool. I just don't think modern hardware, at least not the one that the Switch is using, can really run that at 1080p 60 FPS without, some severe pop-in, you know what I'm saying? So another cool thing that I think I would love to see, but I don't think is possible, is real-time rendered battles. So battles that are actually not just cutscenes that you're watching, but are rendered in real time, just like the game is. Just like if you're playing Breath of the Wild. So you see all these events happening. You see people fighting, bokoblins and guardians and Moldugas, but it's all in real time. So the battles are actually happening. They're actually fighting these things. And battles could happen very differently even every time you play. Scenarios could feel very different every single time you play the stage. But again, I just don't think it's possible to run that with modern hardware at 1080p 60 FPS while also playing, Smash in the foreground. I just don't think it's possible to do that on modern hardware, especially, when you go play the actual game, it's running at 900p 30 FPS and you don't have the extra, items and Smash characters and all this stuff that have to render as well. So I just don't think it's possible, but that would be really cool. So this stage would mostly focus on, going around, seeing the cool, amazing, beautiful sights of Hyrule, amazing epic battles and different character interactions that are happening in the background, kind of stuff like that. So I think this one would be focused mostly on just the looks and just the coolness of Breath of the Wild. But my second idea is actually focused more on cool stage mechanics and stage hazards, and that would be just playing right on Hyrule Field. So just dropping you down right onto Hyrule Field and playing in the middle of that. So I think this one would have a bigger, field to play around in. Obviously, since you're not on a small platform flying around through the sky, you can play on this big wide arena. Placed right down on Hyrule Field. I think there would be trees and different things around the stage and different platforms and stuff like that. So I think there could be more stage hazards in this one. I think, however, that these stage hazards should be focused more on fun than annoyance. I know that there's a lot of people who don't like stage hazards because they think they're very annoying. Personally, I like stage hazards if they're done right and if they're more fun than annoying and not just gimmicky and samey all the time and just getting in the way of your battle. I definitely do not like stage hazards or bosses that get in the way of your battle. In fact, I don't think bosses should be a thing in Smash 5. So hopefully that they're more fun, and I would want the option to turn it off for people who do not like stage hazards. But the stage hazards I had in ideas for in this stage could be the big clouds of keys that kind of fly around where there's hundreds of keys. They could fly through the stage and kind of annoy you, kind of hit you up a bit. Not do a crap ton of damage, but maybe just coming through and do a little bit of damage. You could block them or hit them out of the sky. Maybe there's guardians fighting in the background, and a stray laser comes and just barrels through the stage, and it can hit people along the way. Rain, maybe in making the environment more slippery, so you kind of, when you're running, you're kind of, you have to get momentum, and then you kind of slide. I think that could be really fun. Then again, that could be annoying, so obviously Nintendo, please, if you make this stage, and just in general for Smash 5, please Nintendo, make stage hazards optional. So maybe they could have stray lightning strikes. Maybe it could have like an area, Obviously, I think all these things would need to be predictable. So there would be different tells saying that like a stage hazard's coming here. And I don't want like the generic one in Smash where it's just like this gigantic like glowing like triangle and it's just like, do not go here, you will die. I think more natural ones would be cool for this one. Maybe like there's some electricity popping on the ground and that's where a lightning strike is going to be, stuff like that. Maybe a bokoblin comes in and they shoot a fire arrow and it hits the ground and part of the ground lights on fire. Maybe a guardian runs into a tree and the tree knocks over and falls into the stage. And maybe a boulder just comes rolling down into the stage. Those were some of the ideas I had for stage hazards. So as I said, I like stage hazards, but I'm going to stress it again. Nintendo, we need to focus more on making sure that they're not annoying, make sure they're more fun, seamless kind of things that would make sense. I think Breath of the Wild is just that kind of a game where anything can happen at any time, so I would like a Breath of the Wild stage to also be like that. Anything can happen at any time. Lightning can strike, boulders can come through, stray guardian lasers could rip through the stage, stuff like that, but I think it should be focused on more fun. Then annoyance and share should be the option to turn it off. So this one, however, would still be cool to look at like the other one, as there would be guardians, as I said, fighting in the background, bokoblins still fighting in the background, and more it'd be more just a small chunk of the world than the entirety of the world, but it'd have some cool stage hazards, so I think that kind of balances out. And I think it'd have an active day and night cycle, kind of like the Xenoblade stage. You can see the beautiful sunrises and sunsets as the day wanes in and wanes out. So I think that could be really cool and really beautiful as well, which I think another aspect of Breath of the Wild is just how beautiful the game is, so I think that should also be represented in this stage. So personally, I like both of these stage ideas. Obviously, I came up with them, so I'm a little biased, but I would like to see either one of them come in. Maybe both of them could even happen. But you guys let me know what you think. Which one do you prefer? Would you prefer the one that's more beautiful and cool scenery and cool background details and, characters fighting and you're just flying through Hyrule? Or would you prefer the one with more stage hazards and cool things that can actually affect the stage as you're playing, but be optional to turn off? Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. But anyways, guys, all for this video. If you liked this video, make sure to like and subscribe for more videos like this Monday through Saturday. Live streams, gaming live streams Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and coffee talk at 11 a.m. for 30 minutes. We chat about the latest Nintendo news live with you guys, my awesome subscribers. So make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoy that kind of content. And I'll see all you guys later on What About Nintendo. Bye!